This is the design. It's a right hand for a 4-inch K-frame. The gun, this is actually an L-frame, but you know, it's close enough just for this purpose. It's going to fit in here like that. The belt loop is going to fold across the back of it like that. And then the belt loop is going to be held in place with a strap that's going to go across the front side. Okay, you get the idea there? And well, the strap I'm going to make for this is going to be, well, it's going to be a bit more contoured. It's not just going to be a straight strap. Also, there's going to be a hold down that's, you know, it's going to come across here and snap to it. So I'm going to use a Sam Browne stud right about there above the strap. Now I've started cutting the leather. This is a 7-ounce that's going to be on the outside. Yeah, it's going to be on the outside. And that's of course going to fold over like that. And you can see how that sight protector is going to work. A little sight channel, not channel, but protector. That's going to sit just about like that. And you can see how that'll protect the rear sight. This is all made. I'm going to form it a little bit so it just sits against the sight. Then this, of course, will be the belt loop. And the inside is going to be this 5-ounce leather that I've also already started cutting, and I'm going to work on it a little bit more with this knife. I introduced this knife on another video. It's one of my favorite knives, but you know, I found this in a drawer and I thought, there's a lot of people that use utility knives to cut leather. Let me try that. Maybe that'll work better with my gimbal hand. So I've been trying it. It does pretty good. Actually, I kind of like it. I took and I stropped the blade and got it good and sharp and polished it up. And let's continue with the cutting. Now this is only 5 ounce, so it's not going to be that tough to cut. Watch me cut my thumb off or something. That came out pretty easy. Into the scrap box it went. Okay, here we go. Don't take it nice and slow. Take my time. I'm not racing anyone. In fact, I'm taking my time with this one because this is my holster. Yeah, my hand's starting to wobble a little bit. That's not good. I did get physical therapy yesterday. Let me see if I can get a different angle on this. So there was water aerobics and such, and even though I braced my wrist up, it's still kind of sore. Now I tried to keep the blade perpendicular to the surface of the leather. And I tried to keep my limbs away from the sharp edge of the blade because it is very sharp, and it'll cut you before you even know it. Basically, you'll be working along and thinking, where's that blood coming from? That's happened to me a time or two. Like, oh well, I guess I'm going to dye this one black. Because the iron in your blood reacts with the tannin in the leather, and it turns black. There's a type of dye called vinegaroon. It takes advantage of that. Basically, it's vinegar and rust. You just take some steel wool, put it in some vinegar, and leave it sit for a while. And what it does, it doesn't color the leather, it reacts with the leather. Now, for holsters and knife sheaths and such, I would not want to use that, because no matter how much you neutralize it, I'm still not comfortable with putting a knife or a gun in a holster colored with corrosive rust. Now these two will go together like this. And then, you know, I'll do some final trimming to match them up, to make them exact. I can see this is a little bit off right there, but that's alright. Not too much. And then the 5 ounce will be on the 5 ounce will be on the inside. The 7 ounce will be on the outside. And after this is all bonded together and folded over the gun, I'm going to have a 9-inch welt along that edge. Okay. Well, that's my pattern. This is the cutout leather. Let's find out what I'm going to do next. Okay, it's time to punch some holes and cut some slots. The retainer strap is going to come out of here. So what I'm going to do is attach the retainer strap to the liner, and it'll come out through there and hold the gun down. So what I did is I made a couple little marks, and I'm going to punch holes at the ends where the strap's going to come through. So I got my punch here. I'll just set it on my mark. Get set, go. And go ahead and punch that. Then come around to the other mark. Eyeball a little bit. And go ahead and punch that one. I'll go ahead and cut that out of there. Out of there. There we go. Now I'll just connect the dots with my chisel. Make sure that my hole's going to be wide enough, just wide enough, that should work. Then I take my chisel here. I think it's a 1/2 inch, let me check. This is a 1/2 inch chisel, and it's sharpened and stropped. Don't let this part fool you. The edge is very sharp. I'll put it right on my line. Well, there's no line, but you know. And push down. Oh, come on the other side. And push down. Off just a hair right there, but that can be very easily fixed, I think. There we go. And there's my slot. Now on the other side, I'm going to be using this stud with a screw-in base. So it's going to go through the leather, and then the base is going to screw it together. And I'm going to put a little bit of thread lock in to make sure it never ever comes loose. But I also have to make a hole for that. So I got my handy dandy multi-size hole puncher, and I've already marked my leather where it's going to go. Okay, and I'll just take and squeeze that, twist it a little bit, make sure I'm through, and I've got a hole for that. Now before I glue this to this, I'm first going to do some tooling on this side, because basically this is going to be my purdy side. I've been trying to decide what color to make it. I think I'm just going to do saddle tan on it. Saddle tan always seems to be a good color for holsters. I really don't have an example to show you right now, but you'll see. So to start off with, I'm just going to mark the center point of where it all comes together. And that's going to be right here. I'll put a mark up here and a mark down there. And then I'm going to connect these. But first, I've got some other stuff I need to do.